So apparently, Democrats have not learned anything from this second Trump administration, the second Trump presidency. 16 Democrats have just voted to confirm another Trump appointee. Let's get into the details, shall we? So Donald Trump's choice for U.S. ambassador to China was confirmed Tuesday with the help of 16 Democratic votes in the Senate. David Perdue, formerly a Republican senator from Georgia, easily sailed through with a 67-29 vote, with 4 senators not voting. The Democrats, who joined all but 2 Republicans to vote for Perdue, were only representing battleground states either. Yay votes included New Jersey's Cory Booker, whose record-breaking speech on the Senate floor against Trump's policies early this month seemed to inspire the rest of his party, as well as Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth, a military veteran who has criticized the administration for firing military veterans from civil service positions. Perdue was confirmed while the U.S. and China are in the midst of a trade war entirely caused by Trump's ill-conceived 145% tariffs against Chinese imports, which China has responded to with its own 84% tariffs against U.S. exports to the country, which I think is totally bringing it to 125% tariffs from China. Somehow, 16 Senate Democrats agreed with Trump's choice of Perdue to deal with Beijing during this manufactured crisis. Here are their names: Cory Booker of New Jersey, Chris Coons of Delaware, Tammy Duckworth, Illinois, John Fetterman, Pennsylvania, Ruben Gallego, Arizona, Maggie Hassan, New Hampshire, Tim Kaine, Virginia, Andy Kim, New Jersey, Angus King, Maine, independent who caucuses with the Democrats, Amy Klobuchar, Minnesota, Gary Peters, Michigan, Jack Reed, Rhode Island, Jackie Rosen, Nevada, Jean Shaheen, New Hampshire, Elissa Slotkin, which we already knew she was going to be in there, Michigan, and Mark Warner, Virginia. Very disappointed that there's 2 Virginian politicians on there. This is why we need to primary the old head Democrats, the corporate Democrat, anyone that's taking corporate money, who's used to doing things the old way, they've got to go. We need a fresh start. I am in favor of hijacking the Democratic Party like the MAGA hijacked the Republican Party, because most of those Republicans are no longer the real Republicans. They are all these fake, weird, we don't respect the Constitution, we are not law and order, we don't give a shit about the American people in any way, shape, or form. We are just selfish, ghetto, trailer park, grifting Republican politicians, or fake politicians. They're not even real politicians, honestly. I don't really consider them real politicians, because to me, politicians are about policy. They're about creating laws, doing real things, not just going into the federal government to enrich themselves. But these Democrats, they just can't quite get it right. They can't get themselves together. And you saw who wasn't on there. So you didn't see Bernie Sanders. You didn't see AOC. You didn't see Chris Murphy. You didn't see Jasmine Crockett. You didn't see this young guy. I think he's out of Georgia. A young black guy. You didn't see Jamie Raskin. So you're going to notice a trend here. And I think it's really important for us to point out the Democrats that don't usually move the way they should, because the midterm elections are coming up and we really don't have time to play games. So I'm loving these articles that point these things out of who these people are, who are turncoat and jumping, from side to side, because we're supposed to be holding the line and not allowing a thing to get through for Republicans until they get their shit together. They have broken the law time and time again. They're not upholding the Constitution. They're sitting back and relaxing while Trump and Elon Musk are just firing people left and right, deporting people without due process, destroying our economy. You name it, they've done it. That screwed Americans over. I literally cannot name one thing that Trump has done since he's been in office that would actually help American people. I can't think of one thing. Not one thing. So let me know what you all think about this. Am I being dramatic? Because I feel like I don't even want to understand why these Democrats decided to side with Republicans. Like, I can't even imagine if I was in Congress doing anything to make lives easier for Republicans, because we all remember what it was like when Obama was president and the Republicans were in the minority, and how hard they made it for anything to pass in Congress. They made it they made a vow, and they made it their job and their business to literally slow down any legislation that Obama was wanting to pass, or the Democrats were wanting to pass, because they were so racist and so angry that a black man was president. And here we are dealing with a real dictator. Oh, obviously, Obama was not even a dictator or any of that. He was just happened to be a black person. But in this case, we're actually dealing with a full-on, full-blown treasonous traitor dictator, grifting, selfish, narcissistic prick, robber baron, oligarch, billionaire with billionaire friends who are all robbing us blind. And we just act like we're just going to try to act like this is normal. There's nothing normal about Trump's presidency. So no, you should totally show your ass. Let them grovel, let them struggle to get whatever they're trying to do get passed. And why are we siding with them for anything? And I'm saying we loosely because I am not a Democrat in no way, shape, or form. I'm a swing voter. And this is fucking why. Because I hate the Democrats. They literally, like, both parties have not been for the American people since I don't know when. And especially not for black people. Like, they've done a few things, but it ain't enough. I don't give a crap that they've done a little bit of this. And there's some civil rights, but then they let everybody benefit over black folks for like forever. They've been ignoring the black vote, the black voting block of people for decades. And I know I'm not alone when I say like a lot of us are just so over the Democratic Party. So unless we're hijacking the Democratic Party, I feel like we're either doing that or we're literally creating a third party for the people, called the People's Party, the Workers' Party, the Progressive Party, something where we know this is the party of the people, power to the people party, something along those lines, because these two parties right now are not it. Republican and Democrat are not it. They're like the same of two sides of the coin. They're always kind of like volleying off each other, like, oh, you're going to be the bad guy and I'm going to be the good guy, and then we're going to switch. And don't nobody got time for that. It is too goddamn expensive and hard to live in America. It is too much racism, too much sexism, too much bigotry, and it's unnecessary. We live in the richest country in the world, and we're paying for all this shit. The American people are paying for all of this stuff with our taxpayer dollars. And why are we struggling? Why can't we even get universal health care? Why are we living in squalor? Make it make sense. I literally just watched like back-to-back videos of young people talking about how hard it is to survive in America. These are regular 40-hour work week people. These are not people just sitting on their ass all day. Like, they go to work and they can't even afford to buy a home. Or if they can buy a home, they're struggling to make ends meet. They're struggling to pay their mortgage, and prices just keep going up while the wages are stagnant as fuck. So I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm being a drama queen. Maybe I'm being dramatic. But I feel like the time to be dramatic is now, because Trump and his posse are awful. And why can't we match energy and be drama kings and drama queens as well, and be like, you know what? I don't care. I wouldn't even want to hear anything Republicans had to say. I would just know, like Mitch McConnell and his clowns when Obama was in office. We're matching energy here. Trump is in office, calling himself trying to have revenge and retribution, and he's going against people who are actually following the Constitution, following the law, and doing their jobs to defend our democracy, defend the American people. And he is going after them like a rabid dog with a bone. And we're sitting here like, oh, we're just having more of the same. We're just going to act like this is normal. I would say they would know not to even come to me, because I literally would just say no for everything. And I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that, oh, maybe he's doing this for their career. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. When you're on the right side of things and you're making the right decisions, you will win. Period. You will win. The majority American people, I feel, have their hearts in the right place when all of us are affected. Not when some of us are affected. When all of us are affected, we're now all on the same accord that this is a hot mess, because now everyone sees what it feels like. Because I think this is needed, because we're not properly educated in school. Everyone's constantly being lied to. There's always this propaganda pretending like these group of people are taking your job. This is going on here, blah, blah, blah. And everyone's thinking that someone is getting it better on their side than others. And that's just not the fucking case. Like, now we all know we are in this together. We are all struggling together. Shit is real. And it's time to be the majority that we know how to be. And that's to everybody. Like, if you don't vote and you're on here crying about how expensive things are, I am sick of you. I am so sick of you. We have to vote like our lives depend on it because they